bit of a huge fight here. Prapapon, 17 years of age, 172 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 109.8 pounds, 80 fights under his belt. Narm, 16 years of age, 175 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 110 pounds, 70 fights under his belt.
You mentioned they fought 4 times already. One has won 1 and the other has lost the other 3, of course. So this will be their 5th fight. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
So 5 alive. We're going into it. 5-round schedules of Muay Thai. Prapapon taking on Narm in the blue. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. I mean, if you fought 4 times already, it's hard to believe you'll have much of a feeling out process unless you are the fighter who has lost those 3 times. So I'm very curious to see on what they've been doing, because if you've lost to somebody 3 times, Joe, which I'm sure you're probably aware of, you've really got to learn how to deal with that fighter in front of you. Every time you hit the pads, every time you hit the bags, every sparring partner will remind you of that person. So I'm curious to see what he has done differently to try and win this fight.
Well, it's almost like coming into the commentary booth with like you every time, taking digs at me, seeing the same opponent every Saturday. But here we are back into centering. Prapapon just trying to work out Narm here. I mean, they have fought before, but they have also improved immensely in their game. I've seen Prapapon improve firsthand. I mean, I've held pads for the man. The man has got so much power at the tender age of 17. And I remember not long ago, he actually went to a weigh-in whilst he was still in his school uniform. So he was hungry, starving, and went straight after school. So an absolute monster in and outside of the ring. And there's Kiatpetch there in his corner, so he's definitely in good hands there. He's got Arjan Chadi's father, who's looking after him in the red corner as well, watching ever closely, giving him sage advice there from the red corner. And of course, Narm X team there in the blue corner, watching them here. Just take it away in the first round, pepper each other with some slight movement, but not giving too much away here.
So remind us again, Joe, red corner or blue corner, who has won 3 times?
Blue corner has won 3 times.
And we are seeing a very calm first round, which is something I kind of like from Prapapon, is he's taking his time. He's not going to rush in right now. He's going to take his time and see what he can do to actually try and figure out the puzzle, the Rubik's Cube that is his opponent. So very nice to see, biding his time. This is a marathon, not a sprint, especially in 5-round Muay Thai. And this is more of a traditional style first round.
The last time these gentlemen went toe-to-toe, Narm won via KO. So that'll be playing on Prapapon's mind here in center ring. He'll be looking to protect that chin of his and not give too much away to Narm as he just sends that jab and teep out ever so slightly, trying to send the right hand over too. And that is the end of round 1. We shall be back in just a moment.
Very interesting first round and a very calm round in comparison to the other 2 fights that we've just seen. And even if that round wasn't calm, it's going to appear so after the 2 wars we have just witnessed. We are going into a second round scheduled for 5. Thank you for being here. And this is their 5th fight. In the red corner, we have Prapapon, and in the blue corner, we have Narm.
Prapapon tries to step up with the lead knee, setting it up with a fake from the right. Goes for the left knee, trying to go for the liver there. The orca shot, as Jimmy likes to call it, as we were talking about in the car. Beautiful teeth there from Narm, almost very reminiscent of Samart. Catches the leg, turns the leg over there from Prapapon to continue the action here in round number 2.
Both fighters holding central ring very nicely. Narm doing a good job of just flicking that jab out, still trying to find his range, but neither fighter wanting to give too much away. Nice head kick upstairs by Narm. So he's found his range early on. Now I'm curious, How is Petnam Ek going to deliver the next powerful shots? He's found his opponent with the jab and the head kick. When is he going to start turning those hips over and really start delivering some power?
Goes for the leg kick downstairs from Petnam Ek, trying to puncture the tire like my tire on the front of my Hilux the other day. Bit of a punctured tire, not from a leg kick though, from a screw. Catches the leg, goes downstairs from Petnam Ek. Beautiful work there.
Yeah, my Ferrari's tire went out as well, so I'm glad you brought up our cars here. Both fighters holding central ring once again, and a nice kick to the body by Prapapon. So this is their 5th fight. They need to do something differently. They need to change things up. They need to try and find a way to defeat one another. Of course, Petnam Ek has been the victor 3 times. Prapapon needs to do something differently as he lands a nice right hand upstairs.
Almost as much turbo as like your Ferrari. Sends the elbow through the middle, locks up inside the clinch, sends the stabbing knee to break the frame again. But Petnam Ek still in control, pushing his hips, tries to send the elbow over the top as Prapapon digs the hand under the chin, but gets broken up there by the referee.
Prapapon with the beautifully timed elbow inside the clinch as well. Both fighters again holding central ring. And you can see their hips are starting to just get a little bit closer. They're starting to send us leg kicks and the body kicks as well. But we know the opponents have already found the range. And there's that right hand upstairs. And we're going to go into a 3rd round very soon. And I assume that's when we're going to witness some more of the powerful shots.
So here we are coming into the dying seconds of this round. Oh, a big kick upstairs, but doesn't quite make it through Prapapon's guard. Good defense there by the man in red from the Lukpanyai stable. And that is the end of round number 2. We will be back in just a moment in that last exchange. But let's go into round number 4 of our 3rd bout of the afternoon. Prapapon in the red, Petnam Ek in the blue. Starting off the action straight out of the gates here in center ring at Omnoi Stadium. Provided to you by Kiatpetch Promotions.
And both fighters once again in the clinch. The referee prying them apart. It's definitely been a battle of the range, and Petnam Ek attempts a sweep, but Prapapon is not allowing anybody to take him down. He has just stayed on his feet. Beautiful stuff as both fighters get involved with a clinch. And is that the vice grip you're talking about, Joe?
That's the one where he locks that forearm over forearm and digs the head under. Swing and a miss there from Petnam Ek. Catches the leg, tries to take Prapapon down. But there it is, the vice grip to nullify the action, to break it apart, to get another moment, to get back in the center ring. Petnam Ek tries to step in with the big kick. Eats a stabbing knee, tries to send Prapapon off balance, but gets locked up with the underhook, tries to turn the table there, but didn't quite get it. And he's even applying his own vice grip here, but not quite getting it through enough to break the posture of Prapapon as we are back in center ring.
Petnam Ek's ribcage is getting redder and redder, and it's starting to bruise. And you've got to imagine that is going to be paying a lot on his mind. He's going to be losing a lot of energy very, very fast. He's probably feeling quite winded as well. However, one thing that's working to his advantage is when the referee brings him in the central ring, Petnam Ek is definitely at an advantage in the center of the ring. He's got the kicks and he's got the slick moves. But of course, Prapapon doing a great job to constantly just bring him into his vice and bring him into his clinch.
I'll tell you what, that left side of Petnam Ek is looking redder than a British tourist on a Phuket beach on a summer's day. And there it is, a big right knee there from Petnam Ek to try and send the sunburn down on Prapapon himself. Back in center ring here.
And we see Petnam Ek just marches forward and lands a nice jab of a right hand. And like we said, is that reddening gonna bother him? But you can see the bruising already on the ribcage. And although we cannot see your ribcage, Joe, I'm sure you can imagine how that would feel to constantly just have the air taken away from you. But Petnam Ek just marches forward, some beautiful right kicks to the body. So he's delivering one of his own as well.
Well, the reddening on him might not bother me, but the reddening on you definitely bothers me. So here we are back in center ring. Locks up, applies that palm over the top to nullify the action from Narm, locking on, trying to bully him into the ropes there.
And it looks like both fighters have almost shown their hand to their opponent. They know exactly what to expect from one another. I'd like to see this fifth and final round do something completely different, because right now it looks like he may be entering his fourth defeat against an opponent. Don't go anywhere, we've got a fifth.
So here we are for the fifth and final round of action of this absolute epic of rematches. This is the fifth time these gentlemen have met, and it is the fifth time over this fight as well. The fifth and final round. Oh, more combinations than a bank safe to start things off in center ring from Narm, going high, going low, locked up inside the clinch now as Prapapon tries to suffocate him with the overhook, but our referee breaks them apart.
We're back in central ring, and just as we thought, both fighters are just marching forward, trying to take it away from their opponent. Narm wasting no time on that front foot. He marches forward and eats a right hand from Prapapon, and it does not faze him the slightest. He marches forward.
There it is, tossing and turning, trying to find the right placement inside the clinch, but Prapapon breaks it apart with that knee guard on the inside as Narm moves forward relentlessly, and Prapapon takes it back to him, applying that knee guard once again, trying to run down the clock a little bit. Maybe he thinks he has it for this one, Jim.
And that's one of those things, especially in 5-round Muay Thai. If you're in a close fight, it's very easy to think you're winning. And myself included, I am not really sure who's winning this fight at the moment as well. I think it is a very, very even score. And that's something we see very common with SKS Empire Super Fights. The fights are even. It's very hard to know who is winning, and that's why we love this sport.
Beautiful stabbing knee there from Narm, but Prapapon turns it around as our referee breaks them apart. About a minute and 15 to go. Narm like a shark on the forward hunt, smelling blood, trying to move forward for his prey. But our referee breaks them apart again, Jim. Brings them back in center ring, and there he is, like a shark, the blood, trying to move in forward with the hunting elbows. Beautiful work there by Narm.
Narm definitely tired, but he's showing that poker face. He's marching forward, and when you can sense that your opponent is tired, that's when you need to turn it up. That's when you need to march forward. If you're feeling tired, there's a good chance your opponent is as well. So you can see with Narm, he's just marching forward. He's trying to convince Prapapon that he can keep going at this pace. Beautiful stuff and a good strategy as well. But you can see Prapapon is just marching away. He's just trying to get away from the onslaught of his opponent.
And there he is, locking on and breaking away very slowly. A bit of a veteran move to run down the clock to protect the points a bit here in center ring. Eats a left kick as Narm engages inside the clinch. And there's that inside knee block. Very smart strategy employed there by Prapapon in the red.
And we are in the final moments here. A big head kick just gone upstairs and just misses, in a flying knee. Reminiscent of the Sword Japan Gym, is that right?
That's a bit of a trademark style, the old flying jumping knee from Sword Japan. And that is the end of the fight. So we'll see in just a moment who is the victor of this epic between these two gentlemen of 17 years of age. Absolute beautiful stuff here in center ring at Omnoi Stadium. So we'll see our third man in the ring, the referee collecting the scorecards. And who will it go to? It goes to Prapapon Lukbanyai. The man in the red takes it away again. Absolute phenomenal work there from Prapapon. Bit of a training mate of mine as well. So very happy for him indeed. Phenomenal display of Muay Thai by the young man, 17 years of age. Big